Hey everyone, so let me just, before I continue, let me just rant a little bit about how much I dislike the DMV. This thing is going to be hiding in my, cleavage the entire time, so just ignore that. After I said it, you're probably going to stare at it, maybe, I don't know. But, I wasn't even planning on making videos today, but I figured why not? I already have makeup and hair done, so let's just continue with it. So, I turned 21 on the 19th. I need to renew my license, so I made an appointment. Gonna go to the DMV today. I wake up at like 9 o'clock, which is the earliest that I've woken up in a long time because I've been on summer break for about a month. So I wake up and I do my hair and I do my makeup and I go. This place is like 15 minutes away, so I go to the DMV and I park and my brother's with me, and then we go out and we start walking to the DMV and there's like a huge line, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this today. But then I saw that that was for the no appointments line, and then I went to the appointments line. I was like, okay, bye. So I get in line, and then security guard guy is like, hey, you need to back up because there needs to be space for people to walk. And then the lady in front of me got kind of irritated with him because everybody's irritated at the DMV. Nobody wants to be there. The people that need to get stuff done don't want to be there. The people that work there don't want to be there. It's just a place that nobody wants to be. So anyways, I get to the front. The guy's like, fill out this thing. Fill it out, bring it back, and I'll give you a number to wait. So I had to wait to get a thing, to fill it out, to get a thing to wait, which is how the DMV works apparently. I have not been since I got my license 4 years ago when I was like 17, and this is the first time that I went by myself. Long story, whatever. So I'm sitting there, barbecue sauce on my titties. Okay, random Orange is the New Black reference. But I'm sitting there and I'm filling out the thing, and the last question is like for your social security. And I don't have it memorized, which I really should, but I don't. My mom keeps my official thing, and she just doesn't give it to me because she doesn't want me to like lose it. I probably would, so I just let her keep it. But yeah, so I needed it, but where the DMV was very close to the border, so I like didn't have service because they're like, welcome to Mexico, and I was like, no, we're still in California, please, just please. And I was not able to get in contact with my mother to fill out my social security information, so I had to leave. And long story short, I think I stole a clipboard from DMV, and I don't know what to do about that. Anyways, that was weirdly ranty. I apologize for that. That was a funny story. If you enjoyed that, you're welcome. If you hear loud noises in the background, that's my brother, and he has friends over. Like 4, 5, 15-year-old boys are in my living room right now, and they are loud. But I thought, let's go ahead and do some videos. So, I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to do one more after this. This video is the I Dare You tag, and I was tagged by the wonderful Martin over at Fireland Geek. That is the name of his YouTube channel. I will put a picture, I will put a link. Go check him out. He does a lot of Shadowhunters reviews. He's awesome, and he's great. But anyways, dude, you tagged me in this a long time ago, and I'm barely getting to it now. But, so there are rules. You must be honest, you must answer all the questions, and you must tag at least 4 people. So let's see how this goes. There are 19 questions. I was born on July 19th. Anyways. Alright, so number 1, what book has been on your shelf the longest? Well, besides all of the books that I had when I was, like, not able to read, like the ones that are paper thin and there's like 5 pages in them, or even the ones that are like cardboard, I want to say Charlotte's Web, because that book I think I had since like 1st grade, and its pages are literally yellow. Number 2, what is your current read, your last read, and the book you'll read next? My current read is, I was going to say Lady Midnight. There's my dog. My dog is very loud, and he's extremely annoying. Hey, Pudge. Hey, Pudge, come here. Anyways, so my current read is, Lord of Shadows. I'm still reading that. The book is, my little bun there is, like, kind of lopsided. I only have 2 bobby pins in it, and so it's kind of... Anyways. Oh, you know what? The book that I read before that was You Forgot to Say Goodbye. That was the book that I read before. I love that book. Love that author with a passion. The book you'll read next, I think I really want to read, it's right here, but it's like under 5 books and I don't want to get it. But I really want to read The Devil Wears Prada. Is one of my favorite movies ever, and apparently, you know, it was a book, and apparently also it's a duology, and I didn't know this until about a year ago, and I was perusing the Barnes & Noble, and I found the 2nd book, so I kind of really want to read that duology. So, on to number 3, what book did everyone like, but you hated? I really don't like the book. Hold on, where is it? It's The Catcher in the Rye. That's one of the only books that I've ever read that I didn't like. I'm sure there's such a deeper meaning to it. I'm sure there's way more to the story than what I read. I just did not like the main character of that book. I thought he was very irritating. And I know people are probably going to be like, no, it's deeper than that. I was just very annoyed with him constantly, and I read that in a book club that I created, and I made other people read it, and I'm like, why did I do this? But I don't really like that book, and I know a lot of people love it. It's like a classic. But yeah, number 4, what book did you keep telling yourself you'll read, but you probably won't? You know, I don't buy books with the intention of not reading them. I do have Throne of Glass over there that I bought like before all the hype for it and before I even knew all the drama behind it. So I know that I wanted to read that one for a long time, but after what everybody says about it, I probably won't, to be completely honest. Number 5, what book are you saving for retirement? Honestly, probably like classics, maybe, and like the Harry Potter series again. Just didn't Alan Rickman say that he was gonna be like 80 years old in his rocking chair and reading Harry Potter? Oh my god, R.I.P. man. Oh my god. But yeah, Harry Potter comes to mind. The next one is number 6, last page. Read it first or wait till the end? Oh my god, definitely wait till the end. I hate it when I spoil myself in books. I used to know a girl who would read the last page of every book before she started it. Don't know why, but I hate if I read something on the, like if I'm reading a book and I'm reading in this page and I see something on this page that's a spoiler, even that irritates me. So if I read the last page of a book and it like ruins something, it's Number 7, acknowledgement, waste of paper and ink or interesting inside. I forgot what that was for a second, but acknowledgements are the things in the back. I love that. I don't always read them, but it's nice. It's what the author wants to say. Like, that's cool of them. I'm sure people put a lot of time and effort and energy and personal stuff into their books, so I like acknowledgements because that's something for the reader that connects like the reader and the author a little bit. I really enjoy them. Like I said, I don't always read them, but I think that they serve a purpose. Number 8, which book character would you switch places with? Oh my any character from, not any character from Harry Potter, maybe like one of the living characters from Harry Potter. I'm so sorry if you just had flashbacks. Oh my god. I know this is a primarily booktube channel, or I call it that. I don't read as much as like I want to because I'm a slow reader and because I like to read one book at a time. So I wouldn't want, I've read a lot of dystopians. I wouldn't want to be in any dystopians because like, no. I'm reading Lord of Shadows right now, so it'd be cool to kind of be in that world, but like not as a mundane. Like there's, you know what I was thinking about the other day? Why aren't there mermaids in the Shadowhunters books? Why? There's vampires and werewolves and Shadowhunters and other and fairies. Why are mermaids not a thing? Oh, well, I kind of misread the question. It says, which book character would you switch pages with? There's my dog. Maybe like, ooh, you know what? Also, I know this is a book of the past, Blast from the Past, but I was a huge Twihard, so it'd be kind of cool to switch places with one of the vampires, because like the vampires in Twilight were pretty cool. Next is number 9. Do you have a book that reminds you of something specific in your life? And yes, I'm sure there is. I would need to think. I feel like the most solid memory I have of a book, like of finishing it, reading it, would be when I was reading The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and I read this book and I was like, I want to say I was young. I wasn't in elementary school. I don't remember, but I was younger. And I remember I was reading the book. It's a tiny book. And so I was reading it and I finished it in the car because I used to read a lot in the car. I get really car sick now, but I used to read a lot while I was like in the passenger seat and my mom was driving. And I remember finishing that book. And if you read it, it's really sad. And so like I literally almost started crying. And my mom's like, are you going to cry? And I'm like, maybe. Number 10, name a book that you acquired in an interesting way. I do have a book that my mom has given me. Also, The Secret Life of Bees. I know I've said this before. I have a lot of like recycled things that I say. I really need to come up with a new content. But the Secret Life of Bees. I got that at like a farmer's market. It was really cute. It was like in a crate, and I was like, this is super. This is like out of a movie. I'm gonna find one of my favorite books in a crate in a farmer's market, and that's kind of what happened. And I loved it. And I watched the movie, and it was great. And so that's that. Number 11, have you ever given a book away for a special reason to a special person? I've given people books to borrow. One time I gave somebody a book and she gave it back to me without a cover. So that was the last time that happened, and then I think I've only given them to friends. I don't give them to people that I don't really trust. But even I shouldn't even do that. I gave one of my favorite books to somebody like 2 years ago, hasn't returned it. I had notes in there. That's forever lost because I'm not even gonna ask for it anymore. Pretty sure I gave a book to somebody else and they still have it, but I don't think I've ever given a book to somebody like sentimental value. I wanted to. I should probably do that for like a present or something. Number 12, which book has been with you most places? Like, does this mean like I've carried it around a lot? I'm going to interpret this literally, and I'll go like with Charlotte's Web again as like the oldest book that I have. It's been to all the different places that I've lived throughout my life. I haven't lived at like so many different places, but at least like 3, 4 since I was like in first grade. Number 13, any required reading you hated in high school that wasn't so bad 2 years later? I don't think I ever read anything that I had to in high school that I didn't enjoy. Number 14 is used or brand new books. And I like both. If I can buy a brand new one, that's awesome. But it's also if I can get a used one of a book that I've been wanting for a long time, then that's perfectly fine with me too. I like books that they're a little bit bendy and you can like mess with them a little bit. I like all books. All books are beautiful. Number 15, have you ever read a Dan Brown book? I have not. Yeah. Number 16, have you ever seen a movie you liked more than the book? Yes. I think I made an entire video about this. I'll link it down below. I Am Legend, I liked more than the book. I read the book and it was like, what is this? I like the movie a lot better. Will Smith did it justice. Also, I just looked at what I said in my other video. The book, If I Stay, it's a duology, If I Stay and Where She Went. I read the book. I really liked I liked the first book. I read the second book. Loved the second book. I like the second one a lot more. And I kind of wish that they do a second one. Like, of all the movies that they're making sequels for, they should do one for that one because that one would be good. But I read the book and then I watched the movie, and I did like the movie more. There were a few things in the movie, a few things that like the couple did for each other that I liked better that didn't happen in the book. So I really appreciated that. Next, number 17, have you ever read a book that's made you hungry? Cookbooks included. Yes, it is the Wrath in the Dawn, when she's like sitting in that room with the dude, or he's not there yet, or he is there, and she's like describing all of the luscious foods and like just the description of it. It made me hungry and it made me want it. And I think I remember saying this in my book review for that book because I was like, oh my god, the description was so real and I wanted everything. At number 18, who is the person whose book advice you'll always take? Oh, Mel. I really love all the books that Mel talks about. I really trust her. That's my dog. I really trust her opinion on books. Ariel Bissett is another booktuber that I really trust her opinion on books. I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head. But number 19, is there a book out of your comfort zone, example, outside your usual reading genre, that you ended up loving? Oh yeah, The Outsiders. I remember reading that when I was in elementary school, and I never would have picked that book up, but I did, and I loved it. And that's always the book that comes to mind when somebody was like, what'd you pick up that you normally wouldn't, like this? But yeah, The Outsiders. And the movie is brilliant. Yes. Stay gold, pony boy. Stay gold. Oh. But yeah, that is number 19. That is the end of that. I am gonna have to think about who I'm gonna tag. It'll probably come to me, but I'm gonna tag you in the doobly-doo down there. But yeah, so that's the end of that. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Martine, for tagging me, and I'm about to do another book tag around now, so I will see you in that one if you care to watch. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!